Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. What I want to do right now is go to the red circuits area and try to help with the distribution of the trains between the 4 production stops. Right now we're seeing that plastic is not making it up to the northernmost one. So what we can do is we'll put some controls there so that we force the trains into the stations that need them the most. Alright, so let's take a look here. Plastic there, we've got plastic here, and then the last time we looked there was no plastic in the uppermost one. And that is still the case. Alright. So what we can do is we can do something similar to what we've done previously on the loading stations at the mining outposts. And that is to take an average of the contents of each station. Where's that one going? Nope. And then just open the ones that are below the average. And I do that because with 4 different stations, it would be hard to come up with a way to figure out which one has the least, because it would require a lot more circuit logic. Now to get the average, let's see, these are going into passive providers, right? Yeah. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the circuit network connections from here going out to the rest of the world. So I'm going to use these lines to send my signals throughout. Okay, so we'll need an arithmetic or arithmetic combinator somewhere. Alright, so let's do this. First thing is we need to get the contents of the robot network out of each of these and onto this line. Will that actually reach? Ah, nice. Okay, so now I can see plastic there. I'm a little bit lost. Okay, I have to go farther north. Here we go. Try not to get hit. There we go. So there's that one. And then this one. And finally, this sad one up here. Okay, so now we can see the total contents of all 4 networks on the red circuit. So I can see that there's 152,000 plastic. So we will put an arithmetic combinator here. And I'm just going to read in on red. And we're going to output plastic divided by 4. That'll give us the average. And we're going to output that as a plastic signal. And that one we're going to put onto the green wire. Okay, so now the green wire is carrying our average of plastic. As a matter of fact, let's just make this a little more universal. We'll just do each divided by 4, output is each. Okay, that way we'll get the average of all the materials in case we decide to do a similar change for those other ones later. Okay, so now the green circuit's got our averages. Now, what we're going to do here, we need to get a green signal over to here. And will that wire reach? Yes, I love it. Okay. Actually, I might need to do this because what I want to do is I need to read the contents in this network and compare it to the average on that network. So I think I'm going to need, yeah, I'm going to need another combinator. Yeah. So we're going to have an arithmetic combinator here. All right, so I'm going to read the contents again. In this case, I'm going to read plastic, and I'm going to multiply it by -1. And output it as plastic. Okay, and over here we have none. And then this plastic, the green signal, which is going to be our average, that's going to come in here, and that's positive. Nope. I need to connect that to the output, not to the input. There we go. So that way the plastic is added on the output. All right. And then I can connect. And now I need to isolate that signal from the rest of this, because I don't want the green signal here to get contaminated. All right, so I'm going to need a buffer. So we'll do another arithmetic combinator, and here we're just going to do plastic times 1, output as plastic. There. Okay, so this is taking our average, and then this will allow me to mix that signal in with whatever I have going on here without any of the results getting back in to the main average calculation over there. Okay, so now I can add this to that and then link that here. Okay, so I'm seeing a positive signal because the average is greater than what I have in here. And if that's the case, I want this signal to be open. So I want this to close when plastic is when the plastic signal is less than or equal to 0. Because if the plastic signal here is less than or equal to 0, that means that I have more plastic here than I have on average. Okay. I know that sounds probably more complicated than it is. All right, so now I'm just going to copy that, and then we just need to feed in a green signal on each of these. Okay, so I put that there. I bring the green signal over here. Okay, and this one is closed because I've got 26,000 in here Why is this giving me 100 and minus a... Oh, okay. I see the problem. Alright. Let's grab the average there from that one. My total was getting brought in here. Okay, so I have 24,000 here. The average is 37. So in this case, I have less than the average. The signal is green. Very good. Okay. And again, I need to... Let's bring that over there. I'm going to remove that wire. And then I need to bring the green wire. Okay. Now this one is turned off because here I have 60,000 plastic versus the average of 40,000. So I don't need any plastic here. That signal's red. So when a plastic train comes in, it's not going to go to that station. It won't be able to. So it'll choose a different one where it has an open path, or it'll wait. All right. And then I need to watch out for trains first and foremost. There. Okay, and then this is the last one. And then I need my green signal. Okay, and this one will also be closed because I've got 62,000 plastic here. So I'll get rid of that train. All right, so that train's gone. This one is closed for more plastic. This one is closed for more plastic, and the other two are going to be open. Oh no, this one too. Wait a minute. All right, so this one is closed for plastic. What's my average? My average is 40,000. That one's closed. I guess 3 could be closed. That one's closed. This one's closed. I've got 47,000. And this one on the top now is the only one that's getting plastic because it has far less than the average of 40,000. Okay. Now we could do the same for the other raw materials. In fact, let's do that. Let's make this universal. Because all this is relatively generic. Well, I'll leave it the way it is for now because it's not... plastic was the only one that was causing problems. But we could make this universal by just making these each and each, and then running the same signal to each signal, or running the green wire to each of these other signals, and then just setting the condition on each signal to plastic, copper, and green circuits. That would be fairly... let's just do it. It won't take long. Alright, so we're going to change this from each to each. Each to each. Alright, so now we're doing the same calculation on each signal. Alright, so if I bring this up here and up here, I can copy paste. In this case, I'm going to change this to copper. And I'm going to change this to green circuits. All right, and those will all be the same result. All right, so let's copy this now. And we can make the same change in the other sections. So I think we can. Yep. All right. So this is saying no green circuits, no copper plates. Because we've got 128,000 green circuits here. The average is 120. Same there. This is taking more plastic because we're below average. After this train unloads, it'll be above. This one is accepting copper because it's only got 33 versus the average of 60 something. All right, so when you have multiple stations like this and you don't have enough trains to keep the stations like saturated with trains, then this is a method that you can use to make sure that the materials are going to where they're most needed. So here we're going to get green circuits because we need them. And then the last thing that we could do is we can apply some logic to the loading stations as well, so that we only open up loading stations that have a train's worth of material. Okay, so here we're going to close the signal when red circuits are less than what? How do these stack up? 30, so I think it holds 32,000, right? So if it's less than 32,000, then I don't want your train. Now, this will result in trains waiting there in the stacker when there are circuits available. Okay, now this one's open because we've got close when it's less than 32,000. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's because I can't read it. Yeah, we have 33,000 here. So we've got enough for a whole train. All right, and I'm just going to do that here too. That way I can hover over the pole and see what I've got. All right, so this one, after this train leaves, this one should not accept any more trains because it's not going to have enough. Okay, and finally we'll do that again here. All right, and this one has 10,000. Now the other issue is that some of these might be a little bit unbalanced, and that could cause some issues. Okay. Well, that should help a lot with getting red circuits moved more efficiently. We'll have to see how it works over time and monitor things. Looks like copper plates are getting to be a bit of a bottleneck. And we are lacking copper ore. So let's take a look at copper ore now. Well, I certainly have enough trains. And I've got 9 going to copper 2, and I've got 7 going to copper 3. So let's take a look at the copper mines themselves. Here is copper 2, which is the latest and greatest. Oh, okay. Yeah, we need to add another station on copper 2. That is the solution here. All right, so let's go do that next. So as you can see, at this stage of the game, we're basically jumping to fix bottleneck after bottleneck. That was copper 2, right? Does copper 1 still exist? Well, it exists, but nobody goes there anymore. Yeah, there's no trains. So I can remove copper 1. Okay, so we're here at copper 2. Now copper 3 doesn't have enough throughput to justify a second station. And in fact, I think I have too many trains there. We'll have to get rid of some of them. Why is this train not moving? What the? Okay. Yeah, all the inserters are facing the wrong way. Oh my goodness. Okay, well let me go fix that first. Because that will definitely bring our plastic production to an early demise. Fortunately, I have enough coal coming from over here to keep it running. But yeah, that's a horrible mistake that I should have noticed before. To be honest, I'm somewhat disappointed in all of you for not pointing it out to me. No, I'm just kidding. It's not your responsibility to check my work. Here we go. Alright. I don't need those, actually. Okay, let's see. And that way. That is just a rookie mistake. No excuse for that one, guys. Okay, I need more signals here. Let's see. One. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so right below here, we can put another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, so the next one, I don't want to put another signal here because it'll block this junction. Okay, well that'll help a lot with coal mining and prevent us from having unsolvable bottleneck in the near future. Let's get that stuff out. Alright, so let's go back to copper 2 now. And all I'm going to do here is replace this with my 16 to 16 balancer. Which I don't have enough room for. Okay. Well, I think I can make it work with the belts here. So I'll put that there, and then I'm going to add a second station to load copper. Okay, so to begin with, I'm just going to cut these belts to stop the flow. So that way this will all empty out and I won't pick up a ton of copper when I remove it. There we go. And I'll leave that there for now. Okay, now the 16 will go in its place. So the first 8 are going to go on that side. Okay, and then I just need to bring these belts down and get everything routed appropriately. There, that one will go there, that one will go there, and that one will go there. And I have just enough room to make it all work. there. Okay, now in this case I don't have to combine these belts anymore because I have more than enough inputs available. Oopsie. I think that's all I screwed up. Let me just double check. Yep. Okay. And we can replace this with its own belt as well. And in this case, I'm going to put a lane balancer there as well. Okay. Ah, and there's another one here that I can improve, but I'm going to have to shift everything over first. Yeah, and I need to make room here. So this needs to come down there. That needs to go there. That needs to go there. There. Okay, and then... No, something is still not right. Ah, right. These need to shift by one as well. Okay. All right, so this one, yeah, so that one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. This one goes there. Sorry, that one goes... let's see here. All right, yeah, I'm a little bit tight here, so I'm going to have to take that mining drill out so that I can bring that over there. Okay. I think that's right. Okay. Whew. Well, that was more difficult than I thought it would be. All right, so now we're using 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So now we're using 11 inputs going into 16 outputs. Okay, so at this point, we can get all the outputs taken care of, and I'll use the bots to help me with that. Let's get rid of the train tracks there. Okay, this is going to have to be moved, but we can copy essentially the whole station up to there. We'll get rid of the turrets and the radar. I don't need those here. And we'll include the station name. Okay, and that can go basically right here. we do need to move the exit. So let's copy that. And then remove temporarily until I can get the new station plopped down. Okay, and then we can put the exit back. Let's remove that signal there. There. Okay. And then we just need to feed power up here and then get the input connected. Let's see, where would this be? Does that look fairly symmetrical? Kind of, sort of? All right, we need another... Do I have a chain signal going in? No, I don't. We need one of those. Okay, and I'm gonna temporarily use a chain signal just to mark where that begins. That's where I want the rail to connect. Just for the sake of symmetry. There we go. Okay, and then I can remove that. All right, and then we just need to connect the belts, and we are in business. Okay, and then one more set of undergrounds. We'll do it here. Okay, and now we have 2 loading stations at Copper 3, and we'll see these belts become desaturated because now we have 16 belts out with only 11 belts in, so these are not going to be fully saturated belts. We could improve that by you know, coming halfway down and running some of the belts in the opposite direction. But I think this will still be enough to give us a lot of throughput. It would be nice if there was a 4th tier of belts. I will say that much, because these belts are all fully saturated and it's hard to split. You know, another thing that you could do is if you put fewer miners and separated the miners like this with 2 spaces in between, then you could run, you know, you could run 2 sets of belts and then have them balance in the middle. Maybe I'll do that next time. Or if we need more throughput here, I'll do that, because we have more than enough miners, we just don't have enough belt throughput. Okay, well, sorry for the long episode. That's going to do it for now. I'm going to keep an eye on how the base is running. I am going to start to set up additional power generation, another reactor array. I'm not going to record that because you've seen me do that several times already. So I'll just do that between episodes, and when we come back, we'll see how things are going. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.